trapping for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to, why do I start off with a hand like that? Like, I was like, it's like every influencer. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Modify Your Life podcast, where I am your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modified. This is Modify Your Life podcast, where we talk about everything modifying your life mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. And today I have my daughter on. She hasn't been on in a long time. She has not been on in a long time. Right? I know she has different color hair. The next phase is blue.
No, I ain't
is the next phase blue?
No, I ain't going blue. This is it. I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna do gray.
Gray?
Like a gray. Yeah, like a gray.
I think you should go blue, man. Like honestly, I feel like your next morph should be blue.
Blue won't go.
No, let's go blue. I think
I can see Frankie's hair.
I can see you like a Karen.
Karen?
I
really?
can see,
bro.
yeah.
I'm like the most calmest person. You need to see me as a Karen.
John K with the blue hair.
Nah, don't work. I don't see it.
Becky with the good credit.
I see good credit.
I see blue hair, man. What's up, man? It's been a minute since you've been on my podcast.
It has been.
How you feeling after we stepped off stage?
Honestly,
Other than gaining 15 pounds,
16,
bro. 16?
Yeah.
And I was the one in the transformation section. Isn't that insane?
I'm getting ready to go back for transformation.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, I'm actually going to be coaching my daughter into his next transformation show.
Yeah.
We're going to get him up to 600, and then we're going to bring him back down.
I'm excited.
How is it, though? How is it, dude? How is it, like, bro, we live in Vegas now. Like, for real, we live in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. It's, honestly, I felt like I'm excited now.
Yeah?
Like, I feel now that we're not on prep, now I don't have to, I'm still tracking food. I developed the discipline to do that now, but I just feel there's more freedom of just eating what I want, but still staying within my calories, because I still want to maintain the body that I have.
Oh, so you're like using Modified Macros ebook, volume 1 through 6?
Yup. I'm going to start doing that.
Oh, where'd you get that from?
I saw it online. I follow this guy, Heavy to Modified.
Wow, he sounds like honestly, he sounds like a stud. He sounds like a stud.
Yeah, he's all right.
He sounds like a stud.
He does too much. He does too much sometimes, though.
What he doesn't do is take first place. I'll tell you that much. That's what he didn't do.
Let alone even place.
Oh,
Shit, it's okay. I didn't place either. But
dude, too soon.
You should have.
Too soon.
It's
bro.
crazy.
That was disrespectful on my own podcast. You just gonna throw me out like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
And you say I'm an asshole. I didn't make fun of you not placing. I didn't make fun of your scrawny ass calves. I didn't say anything about that.
Growing. Hey, I'm growing. I am growing. I'm looking solid. That sweet potato, it hits different. I love sweet potato.
Yeah.
So I added it into my program.
Yeah.
To my diet. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for fucking roasting me right now, dude. Now my clients are listening like, I didn't place. No, I didn't, okay? Whatever.
You should have, but
yeah.
Hey.
That was a tough one, dude.
That was.
It was I think the reason why I've accepted my loss is because so many people came up to me and said I was like, they were shocked. So I was like, okay, you know what? I went up there. I brought the package. I brought what I could, I'm very proud of us, myself, you, Mikey. We gotten so much closer from it. Mm-hmm. Frankie too. Frankie was a big help, especially Frankie and Lauren in Texas.
Yeah.
They were out there freaking just helping us with everything.
Cooking. Bro, I never, you know what? I didn't have anyone cook my food. Well, Frankie obviously cooks her food and I would eat it, but I never had someone cook my food for me. And that felt so
good, right?
I was like, damn, this was so good.
Is that why you're so jealous?
No, I really enjoy cooking. Now that we're not on prep, I actually get to experiment with the ebook and try different recipes, and I'm actually looking forward to that, and also making content on that.
Yeah, dude, like your content, like, because you're growing to be an online coach. Like, so some of you may not know, but Big John was with me before I was online coach. Mm-hmm. He was there actually the first meeting I had when I was going, thinking about taking up this opportunity. And now, we moved to Vegas to double down on our brands separately, but obviously together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you're becoming an online coach and you get to see how I coach my clients and how I work with my clients. And I see you replicating a lot of things in your own way. There's nothing wrong with replicating. It's not a bad thing. I mean, everything's replicated, right? And just kind of find your own twist to it. and now you're doubling down in your business. We're done with our show. So like, what are your goals? Like, what are your goals moving forward? Like now that we feel we actually live in Vegas, like I don't have to check in. You don't have to check it. Like like what do you feel? What do you see yourself doing the next couple months?
Just doubling down on my content now. You
Yeah.
know, now and be more relatable. So I want to show people like, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm tracking. I also want to show how I get my numbers for calories. I want to be more involved with like my workouts and bring value to people that don't know how to program, so they can see some of it through my page
And learn a little something. So you want to, so you want to just bring knowledge, more knowledge.
Yeah,
which is the best thing to do. Like people don't understand. Like you've watched me work for the last 16 months. I think it's been.
Yeah.
As an online coach, and to some people you would think it just came easy, right? But you've seen what I've went through, the stressful days, the fucking meltdowns, because you know what I do takes a lot of time. Right, but at the end of the day, like what I do, look at the results. Like you see that transformations I post today,
the crazy transformations.
Like, and I'm not taking in the credit because I didn't do any of the work. I just did my job, my part of the like helping them. But it's like you get those results because you're teaching people, you're teaching them knowledge. You're actually being a true coach. You're not just being someone cookie cutter, you know.
Yeah.
And like, this is what it takes. It takes you to actually want to pour into them, right? And like that's what I'm teaching you how to be an online coach. Not saying you don't, but you know I'm teaching like you have to be vulnerable. You have to show people the real ins and outs of what we do.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know 100%. For a while a lot of people gave you a hard time for being like posting true stuff. Like especially around your surgery. Remember that when people were laughing at you? Not laughing at you, but people from the gym were like, "Oh, bro, that's too soft. That's too soft." But at the end of the day, bro, like you know how many people have C-section scars?
Yeah. People even ask like, hey, how'd you know about the tumor? Like I'm feeling this and that.
Yeah.
And now it's like, that shit was just growing and it felt
and you're building an audience around that. And you're not building around just like a negative thing. You're building around just your life story. And like people don't understand, like that's what it takes. Like people are so tired of being sold on bullshit. Right? Like people are tired of it. But when you have a real human being behind your phone or being your coach or guiding you through your struggles and holding you accountable, like, bro, that's what it takes to help someone be successful. You never know when like it's going to be their time to shine. Like they're going to actually put in the work, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You got to do it.
I remember even you showing me your first transformations. Like you would send me photos like, is this good enough? Is that? I'm like, bro, this is great. Like this is the first couple months you're in. And I remember you saying like, I'm going to hold on to these. I got months ahead and bro, you're killing it. Like I remember you having, you know, for a while, I just thought all your clients were overweight, like in 100, over 200, 300 pounds. And I'm seeing some clients at like 150, 200. Yeah. I'm like, damn, you're actually doing the damn thing.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Like today I had an amazing conversation with someone that's a amateur pro boxer.
Yeah.
And you were here when I was on the phone with them. Bro, I gave that guy a discount. I'm like, bro, you're young. You're already amateur pro boxer. You got hurt. You put on 20, 30 pounds. You want to lose any. You're trusting me. Like, bro, that's an amazing story for the brand. I want to help you. I want to help you. Let's get this done. So like, you know what I mean? Like, and it takes stuff like that. Not saying the discount, but it takes being excited to want to work with someone, right?
Yeah.
It takes being excited to actually want to actually help them change. Not take their money and just give them this bullshit, but take their money, yes, but at the same time, bring them the value. You're replacing their money with your value. Right? And it's a trade-off. And when done correctly, bro, people win. I win financially. They win with their lifestyle change.
And then they'll also win financially.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like
discipline.
It's crazy.
Discipline will take you so far.
So fucking far.
So far. People are not aware of that. Like everyone could be, I guess I shouldn't say, I'm going to say this. Everyone could be successful, but not everyone has discipline and accountability.
Yeah. And it just really comes down to those two things.
Prove me wrong.
I mean, you know, watching you start your online and, you know, we were in the goddamn room sleeping there for hours.
Bro, break that. Okay, hold on. Okay, you brought up something. Okay. Break that time down to these people, to everyone listening right now. The evolution when I had an office in there. When I first started online coaching. Break down our normal day of... Like just what you seen me do.
All right, so I mean, this is how we were always together. pretty much every day.
Or still you move?
Yeah, it would be. I would get to the gym at 5 a.m. because that's when my day started with clients. AJ would get there, what, 7?
6.
6 o'clock.
6 was Ruben.
Yeah, so 6 o'clock he's there training in person too. So he'd go from 6 to, I think you were done by 10.
Yeah, Anthony was my last one.
Yeah,
9.
9. And then he started his Zoom calls, and I'm not done until 1 o'clock. And then I'll be in the room. AJ's doing his Zoom calls. He's working the online, and then we'll get a quick workout around 2, 3. We'll go to In-N-Out, or we'll get sushi, or whatever we're eating, and then we'll come back in at 5. I'm training. Then he starts his Zoom call. No, you would have a client. You have the girl.
Yeah, I had Kimmy, and then I had a couple Zoom calls, and then I had the girls. And
so
go ahead. Sorry.
It was just constantly just working. So I didn't have any online. I was just in person. So from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. workout, and then back in at 5 to about 7:30. So I'll be done by 8:30. AJ still doing his online. He'll be done by 9, and then he'll talk to some of the clients, and then he'll leave, and it'll be 9, 10 o'clock, and we start it over Monday through Friday.
Bro, and people and that it's so crazy to say this now looking back at it. That was done with no structure. That was just, I know how to work hard, not smart, right? And now looking where I'm at today, I'm like, I would be able to manage this so much better. Like I didn't have the schedule booking with my Google, like all the things that I've seen. Like as you're telling me this, I remember how stressful it was to go from training a client to have 5 minutes to get to the Zoom call and stuff like that. But the brand has to grow. You were there when I was making $0 from online coaching, right? It would help me build to what I'm building, and what you've seen yourself because you've done it is the discipline.
Yeah.
Right? The discipline that it takes to go through the fire, right? It was a shit show for a second.
It was.
But I got to learn in the same time, right? Yeah. I started to figure out where the puzzles were missing, where Francine was the strongest at, where you're the strongest at, where I'm the strongest at. And we're still making change in the the brand right now, but each time we change, it's been better.
I mean, it helped me too that when you asked me to help you program.
Oh yeah, dude, your program is dope. What I realized as a personal trainer and online coach is that I can program, but you just have a certain art to your program where I see it and it makes sense why you did it and why you have it in there. But at the same time, I wouldn't have thought about it unless I seen your canvas first. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know that's where you're going to be you're going to shine the most with, the heavy to modified brand. Is not just your programming, but the way you break things down for an average person to understand. Like how my analogies, you do that in your typing, and in your speaking too when you're personal training, or in your one-on-one training.
Yeah.
But that's what it takes, is to be an average person and to explain to an average person.
Yeah.
Right, and not an average person oh, you just want to be average the rest of your life. No, I'm talking about if there's 100 people in the room. You don't want to speak to the 5%. You want to speak to the 95%. You want to be able to teach them, right? Not the people that already know what you're talking about. Yeah. And the way you break it down and stuff is honestly, it's like an art. You know what I mean? But it shows the passion you have in it.
That came from, as starting as a personal trainer, right? Because I was able to teach you after my surgery, I was like, yo, take me out the house and I'll teach you everything I know.
Depressed.
But I went through, when I got through LA Fitness in the commercial gym, and they're just giving me clients. And over time, I had to learn how to explain. I even had to learn how to explain working out in Spanish. So I can actually explain the movement in Spanish, but to have a conversation.
My man's bilingual.
It's broken Spanish. But when it comes to training, I can actually guide you through the workouts in Spanish, because I had clients, I had 80 clients at the time, and about 50 something of them were all Spanish speaking. So they would say, no, I can speak to you in English. I'm like, no, I need to learn this because you're not my only Spanish speaking client, and this is only going to benefit me. So they would just teach me muñecas, hombros, brazos, cadera, all that stuff. So I would just explain it. And then when I got into the boot camps, I had to train. My biggest class was 79 people.
God damn.
So I was growing, but I was in it because I made workouts fun and exciting. And I had to learn how to explain that to
An
They're
average
people. These
person
are
walking to a
people
gym.
that have 9 to 5 jobs. They're not really in the gym. Their only time in the gym is with me for that first hour at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. So I had to figure out, okay, how can I make a workout where it's correcting their form without me being there? Because I gave everyone my time, at least 5 seconds to correct everybody. So just on repetition and repetition, and just speaking and speaking, it just made it easier. So then when it came down to typing it, it was just, I would just talk. And
it's just you're typing out.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you know what you're talking about, right? When you're typing something, talking about something with confidence, when you know what you're saying, when you know it's real, it comes out with ease.
Yeah.
Right. How my analogies do, like, you know, you're like, how do you think
I
of
like
those?
your
Like,
analogies. Yeah.
they just flow, man. Like, and you know, something's really cool is that with my analogies, not every single analogy is the same because I go off the person I'm talking to, right? I'm not going to be talking to Sarah and give her an analogy of how a piston goes up and down and how we have to keep that forward momentum going when she's over here into shopping. Right? That was a sexist thing to probably say. Like, but whatever, though. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
So I paint the picture for the person because if they're into something, I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they're going to remember that a lot longer. And then they're going to be able to be successful a lot longer or have the knowledge to be successful. You know, and I think it's so cool how like we flow back and forth and how like you're like, damn, bro, how do you think of this? Or how did you think about the gravity moving you?
Yeah,
like, it just came to me. And then,
fight gravity.
yeah, you
like,
know what I mean? It's think about it. Gravity does
no
50% of the
shit,
work. You know what I mean?
Gravity. Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about when you're talking about Spanish right now? My man was intoxicated. No, not intoxicated, but he was smoking on the devil's grass. He occasionally does that sometimes.
Sometimes here and there.
And you're like, bro, you're not Mexican. You're more Mexican than me. I'm like, what do you mean, Big John, I'm not more Mexican than you? Like, yeah, bro, you don't speak Mexican. I speak Mexican. I'm like, Big John, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't speak Mexican. You're like, yeah, bro, like, how are you gonna tell me you're more Mexican than me, bro? You don't speak Mexican. I'm like, Big John, what the fuck is speaking Mexican, Big John? He's all Mexican. I was like, bro, you talking about Spanish? Like, you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, bro, I've been Mexican my whole entire life and I've never spoke Mexican. Like when you were talking about speaking Spanish, it reminded me of that. Like, you were like, oh, I mean, it's Spanish. I'm like, nah, bro, you are definitely not Mexican. But I say, oh, you don't speak Mexican? Like, how do you speak Mexican? Like,
Yeah, that was funny.
break that one down. I don't know. That just popped in my head right now.
I don't know why. Or just because I was saying like, bro,
And I
you're not
kept
more
saying
Mexican
it.
than me.
I
was
kept
like, you're
saying
not.
it, bro. Like, what are you talking about speaking Mexican? You're like, yeah, bro, Mexican, you know? Like, what the fuck? I mean, like, you know a language I don't know. That was freaking hilarious, man.
That's a Boyle Heights.
That was
Spanglish.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. It's that blonde hair.
Yeah.
It was before blonde hair.
Yeah, it was before blonde
Your
hair.
brain cells are fighting each other right
coming
now.
back
Oh man, I
kinda-
don't know. I still think you should go blue.
Actually,
If you're on YouTube right now, or you could somewhere you leave a comment, let me know if you should go blue. I think you should go blue, bro. I think like that's your ultra metamorphosis version of yourself, like John K. Karen.
Like, where do you get the blue from,
JK. John Karen. Because you're always nagging. You and Francine are always nagging. I feel like ever since you dyed your hair, it's like you guys are like best friends now. I feel like you guys are just like, you know,
I don't know.
her sister.
I just said fuck it. I wanted to dye my hair. Well, actually, I wanted to dye it white.
You look dope on stage with the tan.
Right, it worked.
You look real Chippendale-ish.
Yeah.
My man was up on stage in a G-string.
It wasn't a G-string.
It was a G-string, bro.
You couldn't see my ass cheeks. You only the.
I definitely seen the ass cheeks. I seen
I
them.
mean, it takes a man to do that. A lot of people won't do it.
More men. I don't think anyone wants to see me in a thong. Maybe after my skin roll surgery, I'll
for sure.
hop on.
I
with
would. But I'm
physique.
excited to see that.
Bro, I can't wait, man.
I'm excited to see that.
No one,
that'd be really cool.
no one knows what he's talking about right now. Is I had my first orientation Zoom call with the doctor about getting skin removal surgery. I was talking about the last podcast a little bit. I said I was going to have you on here, and I was like, I don't mind losing. Losing is part of everything. It's a humbling experience, but I don't like to lose. So therefore, first thing, I was like, I'm not going to get skin removal surgery until 2025, and then I don't place it. I'm like, fuck it, give me a doctor now.
Yeah. And I said,
I feel like the biggest reason why I lost.
you.
Well, yeah, but you only could know that if I would have won or placed, I would not be doing this again.
No.
But something about me, I don't mind. Like, losing is not hard for me. Like, I've learned to accept failure and learn from it.
Yeah.
But I have a very competitive side, right? Like, when we're lifting, like when you're feeling you're lifting heavy, I have to go 5 pounds more than you. And it's not that I look at you as an enemy. It's I just have a competitive side to me, bro. Like, I don't know where.
And I hate how you can lift heavier than me. I'm like, fuck.
I know, bro. My arms are bigger than you too.
Now, wait. Give me a couple months on both.
Yeah, well, if you have a couple months to grow, what do you think I'm gonna do, man? What do you think I'm gonna do? Sit here and just fucking chill?
Nah, bro. I'm telling you,
Fucking double up on my creatine, baby.
I double.
No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke, everyone. Don't grab with your creatine.
Yeah, it only takes 5 grams.
5 grams. That's all you can take every single day. But yeah, no, man. It's dope. It's dope to see you grow and to see you come to this. You know, we got off a stage with each other and we got to have a dope ass time. That was dope. You know, and a lot of people were rooting you on, like. Bro, my clients love you. Like it's so funny because they're so close. Like they know you so well. Like they'll even talk crap on. Like, oh yeah, I saw Big John was eating out again. You know what I mean? It's like so funny. Like, because I forget that. Like, I'm very, very protective who I post on my social media.
Yeah.
Like I only post my circle and the people. Yourself, Francine. Frankie barely makes the cut. Honestly, you know what I mean? Mikey. You know what I mean? I'm very. I'm very careful because at the same time, like I really have to protect my brand. But the people I do post have been posted for years or wherever long it is, so it's like so funny like to know that like how my clients know you're like you hop in every single one of my group Zoom calls and like you sit there and listen and you speak up and ask questions and all that stuff. So it's really cool. Like I forget how a part of the brand you are until like I'm on a Zoom call and then like someone calls you out like yo where's Big John, but I saw messages like, hey, I wish you and Big John a good look at the show and you and Big John are gonna crush it. Like it wasn't just like a hope you kill it, coach. It was like you and Big John, and I was like, that's dope. Like I like that because no one has to say good luck or anything, but when you bring value to people, they really want to see you win.
They actually hit me up too on the ground.
Oh, see, that's dope. Yeah.
Really
See,
cool.
that's dope, man. Like that's how you're really bringing value to people.
And
like, what is it?
What I want to do is just bring that value because I see you doing it right. Because I actually literally grew with you and grow with the brand. And I remember when I got my first client and you got your first client.
Yeah.
Or when I got my first one, I was like, yo, what do I do? This is so much work. Like I don't know how to manage this. This is like,
it's crazy, right? Bro, that was one client. The first day we opened up the website, 500 leads. Bro, I was in Mexico on 75 hard, like literally clenching my butt cheeks together. She's like, we have to shut down the website. I'm like, no. And we look, bro, there's 500 leads. Damn. And it's me and Francine. I have no game plan on how to be a coach. I have no blueprint of how to build my online coaching program other than that I know I'm going to get this done. Bro, that was the most hectic, like 2, 3, 4 months of my life that I've ever had.
I remember.
But I got to grow from that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I don't have gray hair.
I have gray hair, but this blonde hair hides it. So
No, you have gray hair?
Yeah. I had it at 11.
Damn.
I was stressed.
You're born stressed?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're born pressed.
I was, but now I have 6 and I just closed 1, so that's 7. I'm 3 away from 10. That was a goal to have 10.
And now you're focusing on tracking, which is really dope because I really never seen you track before. I track.
Yeah.
You wouldn't track, so it was really dope to see. And why is that? Like, actually, I know why. I'm not gonna sit here and be like every other person, like, hey, bro, why is that? But I love the reason why you're tracking now. Can you share everyone like why you're tracking your food?
So, I've only gotten into like the best shape of my life because of the bodybuilding shows. So I had a coach. The coach was sending me the meal plan, and I'm like, okay, cool. Why do I need to track this? He's giving me my numbers. If I eat this every day, I'm gonna get in the best shape of my life. So I don't need to know how many calories I'm eating, how many grams of protein, carbs, all that. Like I didn't know. People would ask, like, how much you eating? I'm like,
I would ask you all that. Remember, I would always ask you, bro, like how many calories you need? Like, oh, I don't know. I just eat. I'm like, bro, it must be nice because when you hit 30, your life is gonna tank.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I just eat the food that's given to me and that's it. My body just looks good. I just train cardio and that's it, right? And then after the show's done, that was it. I didn't develop the discipline of tracking or anything. So once the show was done, I kept the body for like a week or 2, and then boom, I'm gaining the weight back again, just like that. Because I developed the discipline of tracking, knowing what I'm eating, why I'm eating, how many calories I was eating to get to that point. So during this show, I didn't start tracking until maybe the last month of the show. And we've been prepping for damn near 10 months.
I got my first meal plan in January.
Yeah, first meal plan was in January. And I wasn't tracking that. I was just eating it. And as I was getting closer, I'm like, look, as we're getting closer to the end, I have plans on what I want to do now. I want to bring value on my page. I want to be relatable. If I'm going to be an online coach, I need to know how to track because I need to teach this. I need to know more nutrition. I need to do these things. So I was like, I need once the show's done, I already got a game plan. So I started tracking the last month, seeing what I got to put. And then I learned how to count my calories, learn the macros, because I wanted to make a meal plan for myself since I never developed that discipline after a bodybuilding show. Because I want to keep the body I have right now, and I want to slowly grow. So I'm going up 5 pounds roughly every month. That's the way I want to do it. So now it's really cool now that you guys have your ebook and I get to use it. So I'm making the meals that I want with the calories I need. So I just put egg whites, this and that, and then I add it in and I see it. I'm like, cool, this is what I can work with. And now I want to be relatable with everyone is where I'm going to go out. There's going to be moments where we're going to have In-N-Out. We're going to go to a gym.
I'm going In-N-Out after this.
In-N-Out. So I'm going to put that in my meal plan and I'm going to share that. I'm like, hey guys, look, I'm going to go to In-N-Out right after my workout. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this meal out and that implement the In-N-Out and look at this where I'm at. I'm still within my calories. I'm still going to lose weight and
call it a day.
That's it.
And I want to kind of go back real quick. You were on a roll and I didn't want to cut you off, but you said something that was really cool. And a lot of people that heard you, I don't think heard you yet. And I want to reiterate on that. Okay. So you said you got a meal plan, you followed it. Once the meal plan was gone, you didn't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
Right? And isn't that what I preach in my program? I'm not here to have you live off a meal plan. I'm not here to have you live off of this meals like recommendation I send you. I want to teach you how to track food so you know there's no such thing as bad food, but you know there's just bad portion control, right?
Yeah.
Now there's better options too. Like there's people like, oh, well, what do you mean there's no bad food? Sugar is bad for you. Yes, sugar is bad for you, but if you eat too much, right? There's a recommended value for you to have of sugar every single day. There's sugar in fruit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, like, let's get it together. But too much fruit is going to be bad for you. Like, and how I break that down is like this. Water is good for you, right?
Yeah.
But if you drink a gallon in less than 2 minutes, you're going to drown.
Yep.
But is the water still bad for you then? Or is how much you drink bad?
That's how much you drink.
So then it's a portion of it, right?
Yeah, like example, I put all my meals in and I had 352 calories left. And I'm like, oh, wait, I didn't even track the Oreos that I eat. I just tracked all the meals that I eat.
You didn't track those 4 Oreos.
Yeah, but I put the 8. I ate 8.
You had 8?
8.
Me too. I've had 8 today.
And I put 8 little mini thin Oreos and I went down to 92 calories left.
That means if you eat
So one whole
92
meal
calories more,
have,
you will be in a surplus.
Yeah. So
well,
now,
no, technically you won't.
No, I'm saying
No, you'll be in you'll be less of a deficit, and then you'll go into your maintenance, and then you go So you think about it like to be in a deficit, you have to overeat the deficit to get to your maintenance, and to get to your maintenance to pass to your surplus. Like by with tracking your food, it's a cheat sheet to you being successful. It's literally right in front of you. If you're supposed to eat 2,000 calories a day and you're at 1,990 calories. The rest of the day, you're either not supposed to eat anything or everything you eat past that, you're going to be out of your less and less of a deficit, you know?
Exactly.
So, so I like you shared that. You didn't have the knowledge, so therefore you don't have the knowledge, you'll never be successful in anything, right? Like if I were to tell you right now, hey, bro, you need to go and handle all my online coaching tomorrow. You're going to look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But if I would teach you for the next couple of weeks how I do my online coaching and what app I use for this and how they book their Zoom calls and how to turn my computer on, what's my password, how to get a hold of who it is, blah, 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 you're like, oh, I got it. I could do this. And I got this, bro. Go on vacation. I'll handle this for you, right? It's no different than anything else, right? Here's another analogy. When you first got what's your first job you did?
I worked I did security.
All right, cool. When you're a security guard, you're probably there. You're probably nervous, probably looking around, probably thinking like someone's going to fight, right? You didn't really know where you're supposed to stand, X, Y, and Z.
Almost got fired my first
Almost
day.
got fired your first day, right?
I was trying to make money and I did, but
damn,
I got ratted out by
damn, I ratted him out.
The other person wanted to bring a whole like family, and I was like, I'm like, it's $20 each, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna pay $20 to get to go see this. I'm like, well, I can't let you in. I'm like, what about them? I'm like, well, they paid.
Damn,
I'm gonna talk to the manager. I'm like, oh fuck.
Damn,
They didn't fire me. They didn't fire me because they liked how I was hungry to make money.
Let's go.
So,
so getting to it, like that was your first job, right? You almost got fired in your first job, first day in your job.
So the way
you didn't
that
know how to handle it, right?
No.
Right, it was new to you, right? But though after a couple of weeks, a couple of months, you got that job down. You knew where to work with. You knew who to do this, how to take care of this.
Started charging
right?
$100.
You started. Oh damn, damn.
Yeah.
House parties.
No, this was it was called the Belasco's in downtown.
Oh,
LA.
I know where it's at. Belasco's, bro. I thought you used to have all age clubs there. That used to be all age club, bro. Belasco's,
It's
that's
so
crazy.
annoying. I hate it when 18 and up club. It's like, how are you gonna bring 18-year-olds?
Bro, I can't say nothing, bro. I've been for anyone out there that's Orange County, Strawberry Sundays, baby. I was out there throwing it back. You know what I mean? I've been partying, but yeah.
I was 20 years old working at the club. Couldn't even make it into.
Couldn't even make it in the club.
Well,
How you can hate outside the club? You can't even make it in.
But it was cool. It was a good time. It was a good experience dealing with people. Actually learning how to talk to people and then kind of finesse and things like that. And then I worked at an after school program with kids. And
how are you gonna teach people how to color in lines when you can't color in lines, bro?
Bro,
Come on, bro. Like, were they teaching you or were you teaching them?
Nah, but you know what? It was really cool because I would work with the 2nd up to the 8th, and they were all different. They were all in different stages of some were like really innocent, and then they're trying to be cool phase between the 5th and 6th grade, and then you got the 7th and 8th where they think they're cool. So the 8th graders and the 7th would try to like talk smack, talk shit, and then I'll hit them back, and then they'll get in their feelings. I'm like, hey, look, if you're gonna talk some shit, you gotta understand. I'm gonna say.
Well, you're over here sending kids home crying. You're a bully. That's why I make fun of you. That's why I do it because those are my cousins you're making fun of.
Though I'm like, you gotta learn. I'm like, hey, but just know it's not coming from a bad place.
I love how this guy's telling them they gotta learn, but yeah, this guy when he first started hanging out with me and Jordy was like, bro, you guys talk so much crap, you guys don't stop. And then you realize our girls did the same thing. Like they're explosive.
When I went to, I think it was you guys invited me to go eat sushi. And that's when I knew. I'm like, oh, I'm part of the group now. And then I sit down, and then they're just nonstop shit talking. I was like,
bro,
yo, this shit doesn't end.
No, even our girls got mad at us though. Did I tell you that? Yeah. Francine got upset. She's like, that was too harsh. Like you were going too hard. Like I'm like, we gotta toughen him up. Like if he's gonna be around us, like we have to toughen him up.
Yeah.
Like obviously you were used to like having constant defend yourself because like me and Jordy just blurt out whatever.
Quick. I would like think of one thing and then
boom, we got like, 5 more back. Well, remember, bro, Jordy's been 100 pounds his whole entire life, and I've been fat my whole entire life. So you're sitting with two people that because like usually the smallest person in the room or the biggest person in the room gets picked on. Like those are the two people they go for. Those two people. So, bro, I just been trash talking my whole life, bro.
Yeah.
It's like first nature. It's like if you tell me something and I have a smart ass thing to say, I actually think of that and want to say that first, but I have to bite my tongue and think of the mature thing to say first. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like how I'm like, hey man, I'm having a hard day, stressful day today, and you would probably like, oh bro, like don't trip, like just kind of breathe, go for a walk. If you were telling me that in my first head, I'm like, stop. Yeah. You're being, I can't say it. But I would say it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? So like, that's what it is. It's just constant.
But it works.
It works.
It depends on the person.
I know how to break it though. I know how to like be there and be a real friend, but I also know how like, hey, like none of my friends come to me with problems, not expecting me to give advice. And I always ask too, like, hey, like, do you want advice or you just want me to listen? Because if you don't want advice, I'm about to break it. But it's good to, have, I mean,
you need it.
I was going to say like, it sounds weird for me saying it, but I feel safe to say it's good to have friends like me because I'm always going to tell you how it is, but I'm always going to be there for you.
Yeah.
Like I always got your back. No matter what, I got your back, but also I'm going to have your back enough to tell you the shit that no one wants to tell you, especially when you're fucking up.
Yeah.
Right? Like Francine said, like, don't tell me a goal because I'm going to make you stick to that goal.
Yeah.
Right? I don't care. If you want to be a ballerina, you better be the best out ballerina, and I better see you practicing. Like, you know what I mean? That's just how I look at it, man. But I feel like not a lot of people have that around them that they say something and their friend just let it, drift between their ears and never turns into anything. Like, I feel like that's not a real friend. Like, you told me what you wanted to move out to Vegas for, and I expect nothing but that. Actually, I expect nothing less but from that. I expect nothing but you to get that done, plus 10 other things that you didn't even have on your goal list.
No, you just said that you want to come, and I was like, oh, okay.
That's insane. It started in jacuzzi, the hot tub time machine.
And we only known each other for a year.
Now it's 2, but
now it's 2.
And you've lived with me. Now I call you my daughter.
Yeah, that's whack.
But yeah, man, like no, I think this is a cool podcast to kind of wrap up. Like it's been a minute since you my podcast. Yeah. Obviously we definitely need to get into like more of the prep and stuff like that. But I like how this podcast we got to talk about the creating discipline and got to the importance of like really knowing what you're doing and why you're doing it and not just following a piece of paper. Because even though at the end of the day I'm online coach, you would think it's kind of going against what I promote, but I don't promote that. I promote teaching people, right? Like that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to pour into people. That's what we're trying to do on the podcast and our online coaching, on our social media, is that we want to continue to pour into people, because the more you pour into people, the more knowledge they learn, the more successful they're going to be over time. And the more people you help become successful, you're the real champion, I feel.
Since I'm like barely getting into the online, in person, so I do the in-person training, and I see other trainers and the way I interact with my clients, like I'm hands-on, constantly teaching and cueing and doing these things. Like I'm teaching them how to work out and be efficient without me, so they can go to the gym and work out on their own. Even if they don't know how to program, they would know how
to feel the muscle.
What machines to use and put together. And I get feedback. So when they go on the weekend to go train, they're like, hey, I went to train my sister. I went to train my friend. And I put them through this workout. And they're like, oh my God, what?
Yeah, that's so dope.
Put me through. And I'm like, look, you're learning. You may say you don't know anything, but you're applying everything I'm teaching you. And that's what I want. I want people. I want you to go to a gym and someone look at you and be like, damn,
they know what
their
they're doing.
Form is fucking immaculate. Yep. Like that's what I want. I want you to learn. I want you to be able to do this without me.
And then they're confident too. Yeah. Like, so, because something, before we go, and I want to bring this up, a lot of people don't feel comfortable in the gym because they don't know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So imagine if you go with someone that teaches you what you're doing, shows you what you're doing, show you like how you break the form down, the analogies, X, Y, and Z. It's just going to build that confidence. Like, we're going to be so nervous of stepping in the gym. Let me talk to the person that's scared to step in the gym. You're going to be nervous, and that's totally fine to be nervous. You were nervous the first time you drove a car. You're nervous the first time you went on a date. You're nervous the first time you're about to go for a kiss. Like, we're nervous for everything that's new to us. That's totally fine. But how you break that nervousness is showing up every single, well, not every day because you're not going to gym every day, but showing up when you need to show up and just learn. Just see what you're doing. Take a picture, Google it, watch a YouTube video, get a personal trainer, online coach, whatever it is, or you sit there and learn it yourself. Like, it's okay to be nervous. Like, I go into new gyms. When I went into Alpha Elite, I took off my shirt, I was nervous. Mm-hmm. It's not because like I was scared. It was just I was nervous because like there was so many people, so many cameras. Like, we all have that nervous feeling, but don't let the nervous feeling stop you from becoming the next version of yourself. Right? Because when you're comfortable, you're growing. And when you're growing, you become the next best version of yourself. And that's what you want to continuously do every single day with your life. You want to work to become better. I literally just had a whole podcast by myself about that, right? And that's it. So get in the gym, go get comfortable, being uncomfortable, learn something new, try something new, ask someone a question.
Just learn everything.
Just learn everything you can. Become a sponge. Like, we're so infatuated with like famous people's fucking drama. Why don't you be infatuated with your own life and you knowing how to use gym equipment and learn things that are actually going to better you and uplift you and double and 10x you, right? Instead of knowing what the Kim Kardashians ate for breakfast yesterday.
I started to, since How to Be Home Alone cooking, I stopped putting on shows, and I put on YouTube either a podcast or a trainer that I follow.
You're welcome.
Things like that, and I'll just put it on and listen to that. Something that's going to bring me value. And stop looking at, I'm a big Bad Bunny fan. So for a while to watch some of his stuff, watch his music videos or whatever, I'm like, yo, this shit's bringing me no value. Like, I'm really not getting anything from this. So then I put something that talks about finances or training or mental like personal development.
You're pouring. You know what's, I as much as I love hearing that, I got to be honest with myself lately. And I told you I've complained about this about myself. I've been so into like murder mysteries and stuff like that. Like my whole entire prep of cardio when it got hectic, cardio like was 2 hours a day. I was listening to murder mysteries and like in like when people in interrogation rooms, I'm trying to like find my happy medium because I really do like listening to that, but I know it's so negative that I want to be careful what I'm listening to, right? Because we are a sponge. We do take things in. If we listen to negative shit all day, we're going to become negative. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to do that, but I also enjoy like the murder mysteries and stuff. So I'm trying to like break through that cycle or trying to figure out my happy medium place. Like, we're about to drive to Vegas right now. Literally 4-hour drive. I will be listening to nothing but me and friends who listen to nothing but murder mysteries all the way there. We've drove to Vegas California plenty of times. But I like that. Get out there and learn. Get out there and be careful what you consume. Right? And be careful what you let into your heart. Be careful what you let into your thought process. Be careful what you give your energy to. Mm-hmm. Right? I like that. We'll end with that. Yeah. I like that one. It was good. Yeah. I like the conversation, bro. Proud of you too.
Thank you.
We got to talk. We got to shoot another podcast talking about like the real nitty gritty behind the scenes. I want to know how my attitude was. I feel like I was really good with the show, but we'll talk about the next podcast though. This was a good one. I like this one. Really brought some cool little value. Kind of talked about the training, and hopefully it's brought value to you. If this ever brings any type of value to you, feel free to comment, share the show, favorite it, save it, download it. Our podcast is going to continue to grow because of you, right? And our podcast is made because of you. I make no money on this show. I have no paid ads on this show. I have no sponsors of the show. I came out here to start a podcast, to build my brand, to share, to pour into other people, to share the knowledge I've learned over the years, and have people on my podcast that have knowledge to share with everyone. So it really means a lot for you to share the show. And this is Modify Your Life Podcast, where I am your This is Modify Your Life Podcast, where I'm your host, Anthony Lopez. Today we have Mr. I was gonna say Modified Frankie. We have Big John, aka PJ, aka JK, John Karen, because he's coming blue hair. AKA Fat Bunny, aka PHAT John.
Tickets.
Yeah, man, it's okay, bro. No, I'm just kidding. We got Big John. Big John, give him your socials, man.
Security? Nah.
Yeah, go ahead and do that too.
Shit, the only thing is Instagram, so big_John. Not really.
You know, I just realized your Instagram is big_John.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really?
I swear, I thought yours was
since...
big_John. I never seen John, and we've been friends for over 2 years. I swear to you, I thought his Instagram the whole entire time was big_John. I never seen John.
That's wild.
That's because I'm dyslexic, huh?
Yeah.
And my mom used to get mad at me for not being able to learn, and I'm over here with a disability my whole life.
John.
Well, you know what? That's messed up, Mom. That's messed up. Different podcast.
So now I just need to get big.
Yeah, dude. You need to grow those calves too. Those calves are tragic.
I actually worked on them. I did you know what? Isometric holds
myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man. It can't be.